Hi guys, so I'm back with another video, and if you guys notice I'm in my same makeup, hair, and clothes, it's because I just filmed my July favorites, and I really wanted to get this video up because I've been putting it off for like 3 weeks now. I had already filmed it, but I didn't have my notes with me, so I didn't really feel that it was the most accurate information I could give you. So I redid the test with these favorite foundations I've been talking to you about, and I took notes and I put them in my phone so I didn't forget them. So I'm going to do that video today for you guys because I really want to get it up. It's on my favorite foundations for oily skin. As you know, I have oily skin, and I feel that this video would help other girls with oily skin. Now there's two high-end products here. Well, one high-end, one mid-end, and one drugstore product. I do like to switch it up, but there's a lot of drugstore foundations that I haven't really tried because trying to find my exact match in drugstore foundations is a challenge. Because they don't have testers, and like holding the bottle up to your face sure is great, but I also like to mix my foundations. Like I rarely ever buy like just one bottle. I kind of like to change it up and buy like 2 different bottles, and I like to mix and match. But for these 2 foundations, actually I only have 1 shade of each, so well, 2, but I don't mix them together. But anyways, I don't want to ramble. I want to make this video short and to the point. I have all my notes in my phone here, so I'm just going to get right into it. So what I did was I tested these foundations out over a 3-day span. I applied them the exact same way for 3 days straight, alternating each one throughout the day. And I took a short video clip of me wearing the foundation, just a short little clip of right after I applied it in the first thing in the morning before I went out and did my business throughout the day. And then I filmed a short little blurb of how it wore through the day and what it looked like at the end of the day. And I took notes in my phone here on the wear of each foundation, how many times a day I had to blot my face and at what time. So I tried to be as detailed as possible. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I'm just going to get right into it. So the first foundation I tested out was the Revlon Colorstay, and my shade, sorry for the blurriness, and my shade is in the color 330 Natural Tan. Now this works for me right now because I do have more of a tan, being that it's summertime. So I applied this foundation at 5 a.m. I'm just reading off my phone here in case you're wondering why I'm looking down and not at you guys. So I applied this foundation at 5 a.m. because I work really early, and my first blot was at 9 o'clock, so that's pretty impressive, being I didn't have to blot 2 hours afterwards or even 3 hours. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so that's like a 4-hour window, so that's pretty good for your first blot. And my note was, it was a bit shiny, but it's not too bad. I could have waited a bit longer, but I didn't, so I did it anyways. And my second blot was at 12:30, so I didn't write any more notes further there, so I'm assuming that I had like a bit of oil, like bleh. I don't really know what I'm trying to say right now, but anyways. And my third blot was at 4 o'clock after I got home and like was ready to relax for the evening. So total of 3 times a day for the Revlon Colorstay. That is pretty good considering with like my other foundations, whatever, I have to blot like once every hour and a half, once every 2 hours. So that was amazing. So I really like that. Sorry about that, my phone just went off. And I will get to the way I apply the foundation at the end after I'm done talking about these foundations. And the second day that I tested these foundations out, by the way, the Revlon Colorstay was the drugstore foundation, and the high-end foundation that I tested out was the Smashbox Studio Skin, and my shade was 2.1. Now, I actually got a sample of a... Alright, sorry, my camera went blurry and I had to stop for a second. So anyways, the Smashbox Studio Skin foundation here. Now, my shade was in the shade 2.1. Now, I actually went and just got a sample of a darker shade because this is too light for me right now. I had to mix it in with another shade, so I mixed those 2 together. And my notes on the Smashbox foundation were as follows. I applied it at 5 a.m. again. My first blot was at 10:30. Pretty impressive. My second blot was at 4 o'clock, and I was outside sweating. I removed it at 11 o'clock at night. Yes, my foundation was on for a really long time, so I got to actually test out the 15-hour wear of this foundation, and I've got to say, from my experience, it definitely lived up to its claim, which is pretty cool for a makeup claim to like last 15 hours. Like it totally like worked for me. So I said I removed it at 11 o'clock and it still looked good. So with 2 blots, and it was hot outside, and I wasn't like sweating like buckets, but like, you know, I was perspiring a little bit. I was a little bit warm. So amazing. I was really impressed on the wear of the Smashbox Studio Skin foundation. It's definitely in my favorites for foundations for oily skin, which is why I'm doing this video. And the last foundation that I tested out blew the Smashbox out of the water. Yeah, like, I was really impressed with this foundation. And it's like, I guess some would consider it a high-end, some would consider it a medium-end because, well, I guess it's a high-end. It's the MAC Matchmaster, and my shade was in the shade 3.0. Now, that's not a bad, like, match to me. It was a bit too light, but, I mean, with some bronzer over top, it evened out. But this is what the bottle looks like right here. So that foundation was amazing. Now I tried this out on a weekend, and I did change up my routine a little bit because I find this is a little bit too like dull looking on my skin. I like a more of a like a luminous glow. So I did mix in this product here. It's the Tarte, it's the Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Illuminating Serum. So what I did with this was I just literally, I put like 2 pumps on the back of my hand, mixed a drop of this in, and applied it to my face. And I applied that at 9:30. My first blot was at 3 o'clock. I was hardly oily, didn't really need to. And I didn't have to blot again for the rest of the day, and I removed it off at 10 o'clock at night. So that's down to 1 blot a day. Like, that's pretty impressive. And it was a Saturday. I was outside. Doing a couple of errands in my car. It was hot out, so the sun was beating down on me. Like, I wasn't, like I said, sweating profusely, but like it was really warm. It wasn't too humid now, like, but it was warm. Anyways, so I said I washed off at 10 o'clock at night. I was a tad shiny, but it just looked like I had a bit of a glow. Like, I wasn't like a grease ball where like you look at me and like, oh my gosh, that girl needs to go blot her face. No, it wasn't like that. It was just like a luminous glow. And if I didn't have to wash it off at 11, like if it was earlier on in the day and it looked like that, I wouldn't have blotted at all. So the MAC Matchmaster, like, top pick for me. Overall, the best foundation I've tried to control oil. I know I haven't tried a lot. Well, I mean, I've tried a decent amount of foundations. I've tried the L'Oreal Lumi. That's not bad. It doesn't make my skin worse or better. I tried the Makeup Forever HD. I have the original L'Oreal True Match. I've tried one by Avon. I've tried the Chanel one. But out of all my foundations I have that are like long wearing, these 3, the MAC Matchmaster, the Smashbox Studio Skin, and the Revlon Colorstay, are my top 3 favorites, hands down. The next foundation I do want to try is the Matte Velvet Plus. So I was thinking I'm going to go to Sephora this weekend and get a sample of that. I don't want to buy it just yet because I don't want to buy it if it's not going to work for me, so I will keep you posted on that. But the method and how I apply my foundation I find that works the best is, first of all, in my opinion, you need a really good primer. Now, I've tried a lot of primers, and this one's really expensive, I know, but if you don't want to buy it, you don't have to. You can use whatever is good for you. Like, every skin is different, and it reacts to different products in different ways, so just take this like for what it's worth. But my favorite primer to apply my foundation is the Hourglass Mineral Veil. This, like, I've already used up this much of it. I'm going to be repurchasing it probably next month or the month after, whenever I run out. So I apply this first. I use don't laugh. You guys know the story about this from my last video. But anyways, I'm going to be getting a new one. That's besides the point. I wet this so it's damp, I wring it out, and I apply my foundation on the back of my hand. I stipple it all over my face. I let it sit. I do the rest of, like, I do my eyebrows and like whatever else I need to do to my makeup. And then I apply this powder here. It's the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Medium Plus. That's my shade that I wear. And I don't know if it's this powder or the combination of all 3 that I'm using, but that situation, that combo seems to work really well for me. And I apply my powder with this fluffy brush here. It's just a brush from Walmart. It's not expensive. So yeah, that is the best combination that I've tried. I don't know if it's the, what am I trying to say here? I don't know if it has something to do with this beauty blender, because even when I use my other makeup brush, my stippling brush, I mean, it still does control oil and help, but there's something about using this in combination with these other two products here. It's something about it that like makes it like just last really long. I don't really know what it is. And considering I added like an illuminating product to the MAC Matchmaster, I think is pretty good. So I hope this video was helpful for some of you guys. I'm not a skincare expert by no means, but I just do want to say that the proper skincare routine is crucial in helping your skin condition. Like, if you have oily skin, you still need to apply a moisturizer. I'll do another video on my skincare itself, but through all my like trial and error, I think I found a skincare routine that works pretty well for me right now and doesn't like make me more oily, or it could just be the fact that I'm getting older and my skin's changing. But regardless, dealing with oily skin can be a bit of a pain sometimes, especially when like you're somewhere where you can't go to the bathroom and blot. Which brings me to my final little point here. What I use to blot my face, I don't waste money on those blotting papers, because I've done that when I was in high school, and for like $6 to $10 for like 50 sheets or 100 sheets or however many you get with whatever brand, the method that I use now, and I will never go back to those blotting sheets, is just plain old toilet tissue. Like, it's in every bathroom you go to, it's easy, it's there, it's accessible. So all I do is take my little toilet paper and I divide it in half, I tear it apart so you're only using one ply. If it's 3 ply, just tear them apart and just use 1 ply. But I just take it and I literally just press it on my face like this. And I find it doesn't disturb my makeup underneath, and it really helps get rid of any excess oil that you have. Like, I find it works amazing, and it's free. You can also use gift wrap paper. I know there's a couple videos on YouTube that like have that. You can use that too, but if you can see here, it took a bit of oil off. If you can see those like lighter spots in here. So this stuff does work. I mean, it's a cheap alternative if you don't want to spend money on blotting papers. I think like that's what I use, and like I said, I'll never go back to it. Alright, I feel like I've talked your head off for like 15 minutes now, so I'm gonna hurry up and wrap this up. So those are my favorite picks for my foundation. I hope this helped some of you out. If you would like to see a foundation routine, I'm probably going to do that next weekend or this weekend. But yeah, I thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Alright, it is really early in the morning and I've just applied my makeup. I am on my way to work. So here is what the Revlon Colorstay looks like. And once again, I set it with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder. So that is it right now. I will see you at the end of the day. Alright, hi guys. So it's quarter to 8 at night now, and it's been on pretty much, well, it's been on all day long. This is what it looks like after blotting about 3 times today, or 4 times total. I can't remember if I did one or not. But yeah, so this is the coverage. I mean, this is the look of it after all day of wear. It's really good wearing on oily skin, and the tan control is amazing. Alright, so day 2, I'm wearing Smashbox, I think it's called Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Foundation. This is what it looks like on my skin. Alright, I will see you at the end of the day. Bye. Alright, so it's about 7 o'clock and my makeup has been on since 5 a.m. So that's well over 12 hours. And here is the wear on my skin. In my opinion, it looks exactly the same now as what it did this morning when I applied it. Like the coverage hasn't worn off at all. I've only had to blot a couple times today. This is a really decent foundation. I really like the wear of it. So yeah, there you have it for the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Foundation. It pretty much lives up to its claims. Alright, so day 3 of foundation testing. I'm wearing the MAC Matchmaster in 3.0. This is what it looks like on my face. Hope you can see. To me, all these 3 foundations that I've tried so far are really comparable to each other. They all do a really good job at controlling oil and whatnot. So we'll see how this one looks like at the end of my day. See you guys later. Alright guys, it's 10:30 at night. My makeup has been on for a disgusting amount of time. I put it on at 5 o'clock this morning. I came home from work and then I went out for supper with my boyfriend and we went out to see a movie. So it's really late. I'm about to take it off, but I didn't blot my face since I left at 5 o'clock, and that's when I just blotted my face to get rid of a bit of excess oil. So since that time, this is what this is what the skin looks like. So in my opinion, it's held up a considerable amount considering it's been on since 5 o'clock this morning and it's now 10:30. So I'll let you do the math. That's a ridiculous amount of time to have makeup on. I'm going to take it off now. I will be testing out one more foundation tomorrow, so I will be back then.